climate change, loss of biodiversity, environmental pollution and population growth pose major challenges for agriculture. In response, the European Union's Farm to Fork strategy sets ambitious targets for 2030. These include reducing the use of synthetic chemical pesticides by 50%, reducing the use of fertilizers by 20%, and increasing the share of organic farming in European agriculture to 25%. In order to achieve these goals in such a short time, new approaches are needed for the agriculture of the future. The Leibniz-Zentrum for Agricultural Landscape Research, also known as ZALF, is testing these approaches in a living lab in Brandenburg. In patch crop, researchers divided the field into small plots that are cultivated with different crops highly adapted to their respective location and soil parameters. What are the benefits of such diversity in regards to weather extremes, biodiversity and the use of pesticides and fertilizers? Is such small-scale cultivation economically competitive, and what new technologies are needed for these kinds of farming systems? In order to answer these questions and test innovative farming approaches as well as new technical concepts coming from industry and research, ZALF, together with the Chair of Technical Design at the TU Dresden, are developing the digital farming laboratory digi.farming.lab, a research and demonstration platform based on a globally successful computer game. A farming simulator by the Swiss game company Giant Software has been continuously refined since its first release in 2008. Through many years of experience in cooperation with agricultural technology companies, it very realistically simulates farm operations in real-life situations on the field, such as crop rotations, common machinery, site conditions and environmental impacts. Since its first release, Farming Simulator always invited its fans to contribute content themselves. The large community looks for gaps in the game and adds innovations or even complete environments. Thus, emerging technologies also find their place among established machines, including the Field Swarm developed together with Fraunhofer or the farming robot NIOS, used by ZALF in the Patch Crop Living Lab. With the precision farming game extension, new technologies such as sensors and data analysis tools can be virtually tested and experienced long before they are in widespread use. Site conditions and difference therein, such as soil types and environmental conditions, can be simulated even more precisely and realistically. The editor, which is provided free of charge by the game company, also allows to transfer geodata quickly and to create digital twins of real-life locations. For example, Patch Crop in Brandenburg can now be visited virtually by everyone. Users can design and simulate the automation of a diversified field management and watch its impact over several seasons and crop rotations in an hour or less, all the while taking different environmental and soil parameters into account. Through constant expansions of the available agricultural machinery in the simulator, the interaction of the various machines can be replicated, expanded, recombined and tested. Management operations of new technologies, such as the driving routes of robots, can be quickly implemented in the game and compared with the operations of conventional technology. Based on a popular simulation game, digi.farming.lab offers an interactive and easily accessible pathway to convincingly communicate science, as well as to test new approaches and experience them in a playful way. As a virtual landscape lab, Patch Crop can now be visited year-round from around the world, regardless of the current weather or growing season. The development of digi.farming.lab is still at the beginning. However, we are already working on expansions to the landscape, such as more diversified field partitioning as well as innovative agroforestry and agri-photovoltaic systems. As a virtual landscape laboratory, the digi.farming.lab of ZALF and TU Dresden is intended to be an experimental as well as a networking platform. It offers the potential to combine new approaches from science and industry with real-life requirements of farming. Sounds interesting to you? Then contact us. digi.farming.lab. Grow, learn, play.